Hey, what's good, everyone? This is Unknown AD in the clutch, and I want to talk about some buzz going on around the league, and like how this one player who I strongly believe in, which I'm about to get to, has been taking a lot of heat and criticism, and I just want to like bring some positivity into this channel, and also to give this player some hope and reference. And who I'm referring to is Scoot Henderson, who a lot of people are kind of shocked he's having a slow start to his very young career, as he's only at the time recording averaging 9.2 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 0.5 steals a game, 0.1 blocks, shooting a not so good 34.3% from the field and 22% from three. And we have to understand, like, yes, these days, especially like today's generation, and I'm guilty of this myself, that when we want something or we see something like we want it now, or we expect either this item to come in like as soon as possible, or in sports reference, we expect this player, if he's a top pick, that he should produce straight from the get-go. He's picked the number one for a reason, or a lottery pick, and he needs to like average 30 points a game already, like and we're touting him as the next LeBron, you know. But so I've learned that in life, you know, learning this the hard way, both from seeing and experiencing, that sometimes great things take time. And in Scoot Henderson's case, like he does have the traits and the characteristics to be someone amazing, because we have to understand, like I said, like Scoot Henderson, he just started his career. He's a rookie. He's 19 years old. Okay, he's only played, if I'm correct, only 10 games into his career. And yes, we understand that you got guys like specifically Chet Holmgren, who's producing great on an already stacked and very talented Oklahoma City Thunder team, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who averaged 30 points per game. So he's got that going for him. And you got Victor Wembanyama, who's being coached by arguably the greatest coach in NBA history, in Greg Popovich, who's a 5-time NBA champion, who has coached some of the biggest names this game has ever seen, and has won in 3 separate decades, in the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. So Victor Wembanyama, he has a great mentor and a coach to guide him in the league and like keep him in check. And also another rookie who I'm supportive of, by the way, as a Heat fan, Jaime Jaquez. He's surrounded by a winning team, a winning culture, led by Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, and having a proven leader in Jimmy Butler. So whereas Scoot Henderson, he's in a completely different situation. He's on a rebuilding team. All those three guys I just mentioned, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, and Jaime Jaquez, two of them are centers, and Jaime Jaquez, he's a forward. Scoot Henderson's a point guard, and he's on a rebuilding team, and he has so much pressure on him, as he's the guy that basically replaced Damian Lillard, because Damian Lillard, he didn't want to play on a rebuilding team with a bunch of young guys anymore. So he's got all this pressure on him. And not to mention, I saw this video from AM Hoops earlier today, which gave me some perspective, and it made a lot of sense, that he also played in the G League, which I'm going to expand on a little bit, for 2 years, so he can be able to like get as much NBA experience as possible, that he thought was the best decision, and also to make money while he's still young, before like all these NIL deals that are going on in college. But he just took what was a financially better deal at the time of making it, and he even graduated high school early by taking as many classes as possible to be able to get this done. And so with what I'm trying to say here is that Scoot Henderson, he has the drive and he has the ability to succeed. He's been in an environment where, or lack thereof, and because the G League doesn't have any people in attendance, now he's in the bright spots. He has a big responsibility on him to be a leader from day one. He's replacing arguably Portland's greatest player of all time in Damian Lillard, and he's not used to all these big crowds, whereas guys like Chet and Paulo have played in major colleges, and all the spotlight's on them. So of course it's going to be a culture shock and a shell shock, and it's going to take some time to adjust. And also, Scoot Henderson, he plays point guard. He has to know like obviously all these players have to know the plays and everything, but Scoot Henderson, he's the one that's handling the ball. He's the one that has to make the decisions in split seconds. He's got to make the right decisions to pass or to take up the shots or drive for a layup. He's the one in control of all these things. Whereas all the other rookies I mentioned earlier, Wembanyama, Holmgren, and Jaquez, they can have their respective point guards pass it to them. They can feed them on the inside, and they can score from there, or like they can set up the looks. Whereas Scoot Henderson, he has to make them work. He has to set up himself. Like he has to be the creator here of the offense and like lead the charge. So all these things, like it's gonna take time. And yes, I do believe in Scoot Henderson, and part of why I believe in him, despite his slow start, is because he has the work ethic and he has the drive, which I believe is going to help him to, God willing, have an amazing, successful career that he's healthy. Because, as I mentioned, he has a big dream to make it to the NBA, and he was willing to go the extra mile to be able to graduate as early as possible, to graduate a year early, if I recall correctly, a year early, so he can go to the G League, make the money, and get the experience right away so he can enter the draft. And he also was not intimidated by Victor Wembanyama, who was basically his rival leading into the draft. He took on Victor Wembanyama one-on-one and like contended with him stats wise during his time in the G League. So he's not afraid of like going up against the competition, and he has just that it factor, I believe, like the intangibles. Like he has the work ethic and the desire to want to be the best player out there, whereas people that may call him bust, which I believe is ridiculous, by the way, what most of these busts have in common is that they're not interested in the game because they're just there to just collect a paycheck. Guys like Darko Milicic and Anthony Bennett. But Scoot Henderson, I wouldn't put him in that same category because based on his actions and based leading up to the draft and what he's going through right now, he does want to play. He has the desire to want to be the best player out there. It's just in his case, it takes time. And one example of this happening recently is Darius Garland, where he had very similar inefficient stats. But if you look deeper into his stats his rookie year, all the advanced analytics said he was statistically the worst player in the whole NBA. And a lot of people were ready to write him off, call him a bust, and like it was a dumb decision for the Cavs to take him on. And then shortly after, Darius Garland, now he's an all-star, and he's leading the Cavs to being championship contenders on a stacked Eastern Conference now. So with that, I do believe Scoot Henderson, he has higher potential, in my opinion, than Darius Garland. Nothing against him. I think Garland's a great player, but like I do believe Scoot Henderson has that superstar level capabilities, and I believe he can do even better things. It's just, in his case, he just needs some time. So everybody just needs to overall just relax. He's only played 10 games in this season. He has a lot more things going on around him, pressure-wise, both on the court and off the court. And like I said, I believe that, God willing, maybe next year or as we're heading into 2024 or next season, overall, I believe he can do amazing things and lead the Blazers to greatness, because he's on a rebuilding team. He doesn't have either a great teammates around him, or he also has Chauncey Billups, who's still inexperienced compared to the other great coaches around him around the league. So I give it some time. So everybody just relax. Scoot Henderson, I believe in him. His work ethic, I believe, is going to help him get over the top because he has the drive. He has all the talent in the world. He just needs to like just keep going and just gotta put it all together and figure it out. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. Blazer fans, how do you guys feel right now? Are you guys still believing in Scoot Henderson, or are you ready to write him off? Just let me know why, and just overall, how do you feel about this whole situation as Blazers fans with everything going on regarding the Dame saga, and then now getting Scoot Henderson? I'd love to hear you guys out in the comment section, and we can discuss this. Please let me know what you guys think overall. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I certainly love and appreciate every single last one of y'all. God bless you all, and talk soon.